All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're talking about something called the silent upgrade. And it's this powerful idea that the biggest changes in our lives, they don't happen all at once. They happen through the tiny, invisible steps we take every single day.
So our story starts with this guy, Mehul. And, if you just looked at him on the street, you wouldn't think twice. From the outside, he seemed totally predictable, just another face in the crowd.
I mean, he wore the same kind of stuff every day. No big fashion statements, nothing to make you think, hey, something's different with him.
He was walking the same halls at the same school as everybody else, right? Following the exact same script.
And his routine? Man, it was like Groundhog Day. Wake up, school, home, repeat. On the surface, it just looked like he was, stuck, completely stagnant.
Okay, but this is where it gets really good, because what looked totally static from the outside was a completely different story on the inside. There was this secret engine running in the background, totally out of sight.
And this really shows you the huge gap between what people thought was happening and what was actually going on. Everyone else saw static, unchanging, routine, but the reality? He was upgrading, improving, evolving every single day. And that brings us to the core idea we're talking about today, the silent upgrade. It's not about some huge, dramatic transformation. It's way simpler. It's just the act of making one tiny, little improvement every single day, so small that nobody else even notices. It's basically compound interest for your personal growth. So, what do these upgrades actually look like for Mehul? Well, they weren't anything crazy. He wasn't trying to become a whole new person overnight. We're talking about things like taking slightly better notes in class, or working on building a stronger, more resilient mindset, or just sharpening one tiny skill just a little bit. Small, simple things, but he did them every single day. And that really leads to the million-dollar question, doesn't it? If all this work is happening silently, behind the scenes, when does it actually show up? When does all that quiet effort finally make some noise? Well, it all leads to what you could call a tipping point. That one moment where all those tiny, invisible upgrades suddenly slam together and create a result that's just impossible to miss. And here's the thing. The change didn't just trickle out. It was like a dam breaking. First, the exam results came back, and they were shocking, in a good way. Then you started to see it in his confidence, in the way he spoke and just carried himself. And because of all that, opportunities started showing up. Things that nobody would have ever imagined for him before. So naturally, people were just floored. They saw this massive, seemingly overnight transformation, and they were like, whoa, what just happened? So they all kept asking him the same thing. When did you change?
And his answer, this is the whole point of the story. He said, I didn't change in a day, I upgraded daily. See, it wasn't a single event, it was a process. The secret wasn't some magic formula, it was just that quiet, consistent work he put in every single day.
Okay, so that's a great story, but what does it mean for us? How do we actually take this incredible idea and apply it to our own lives? Let's break it down. It's actually a super simple 3-step cycle. Step 1, just identify one thing. That's it, one thing. Don't make it complicated. Step 2, improve it just a little bit. We're not talking a giant leap, just a tiny nudge forward. And step 3, and this is the most important part, repeat. Do it again tomorrow. That's it. That's the entire engine. You see, the key here is to let go of this pressure that you need to become a completely different person by tomorrow. That's not the goal. The real goal is so much more manageable and, honestly, more powerful. It's just to be a slightly better version of yourself today than you were yesterday.
So the next time you feel stuck or like you're not making any progress, just remember this story. Remember Mehul. The biggest, most jaw-dropping changes are almost always built on the back of the smallest, most consistent actions. And that really just leaves us with one final thought to take with you. What's your silent upgrade for today going to be?